my TV show reviews. I'm the reviewer, and to give you a quick brush up, I review anything. Anything goes besides reality TV.
Excuse me?
Cartoons and game shows.
Oh, hell no.
Is something wrong?
I know you didn't just exclude the only types of programs people mostly watch.
Yeah, I did. Not everyone watches the ones I just mentioned.
Whatever, bye. You just lost a viewer.
Right then. Well, before I was so rudely interrupted, today I'll be reviewing 24 Season 2. A little ostentatious, don't you think? Anyway, 24 Season 2 takes place about a year and a half later from the events of the first one. Season 2 is about the nuclear bomb going to go off somewhere in LA, and CTU needs Jack Bauer to stop it. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, at the end of Season 1, something life-changing happens to Jack Bauer. So we're watching him deal with this. Problem is, without, giving too much away, we don't see this explored much. Maybe in the beginning there is, but as things progress, it definitely doesn't even touch base with it for the rest of the season. The small inner turmoil is soon forgotten as Jack Bauer is thwarted back into action. Let me be honest here. I said in my last episode that 24 is one of the best shows out there. I also said that it's one out of few that were really good. Season 2 is not one of them. This is how the season went. We need you to find this bomb.
Okay.
We need you to do whatever necessary to find it.
All right.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
You told me to do whatever was necessary.
But you just killed a man!
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna need a hacksaw.
And that is just how it starts. But don't be fooled. Once the excitement starts, it really just goes away and consists of nothing but talking and talking. As for characters, we get a few new ones, but the cast mostly stays the same. We have Jack Bauer, Nina Myers, Tony Almeida, George Mason, David Palmer. I remembered him this time. And a new character named Michelle Dessler. So there are three sides to the story. We have Jack Bauer's side, David Palmer's side, and a random family that gets caught up in the crisis. Later on, we find out that Kim gets into trouble, and I really don't want to get into that because her story was pointless and more of a time filler. We find out from here on out that Kim is really kind of a trouble attractor, and there's nothing she can do to help it. Jack Bauer's side was part of the uncovering the mystery, and that was somewhat thrilling, but not entirely. David Palmer's side was really boring. A lot of politics talk and talking over the phone. David spent most of his time underground and on a plane, so he wasn't really doing anything exciting. There were for a few moments of conspiracy, I must add, but it wasn't enough to keep you engaged. The family's a bit of a tough sell here. The Warner family. There are two sisters and a father. The younger sister's getting married, and the older sister and the father are supporting her, obviously. The rough thing about this is the fact that we don't realize what they have to do with anything of the plot until we find that out much, much later. So we're getting to know them, and we're not really sure, but that's until the older sister finds out that there is an issue and gets notified about some weird dealings, and so she tries to confront her younger sister, but that doesn't end well. Then it becomes just a bunch of back and forths of the husband saying, I'm innocent, and someone else is accusing him that he isn't. So that was really difficult to figure out. Finally, we figure out what is going on with the family, and by that point, the twist is so unbelievable. David Palmer's side is not a lot better either, but towards the end, it decides to get good by having a few men that want to stop David Palmer from making a couple of the decisions they don't agree with. This results into a member of the board to be hospitalized and someone really close to David Palmer being fired. Jack begins to uncover the conspiracy by finding the bomb, not spoilers, and trying to find out who's behind it and why. Turns out that it was a bunch of guys that... Shh! Spoilers! All in all, nothing really happens here. And when things do pick up, I've been so bored out of my senses that I really don't care anymore. I hold this show really high up, but this season, Season 2, just doesn't work it for me. 24 Season 2 plays more like a political thriller than a suspense. Or an action.
Or adventure.
Or adventure.
This season sucks.
Okay, anyway. The likableness of this show goes many different ways for people. Everyone is different. I didn't like it because it just wasn't enough going on. You may like it because of different reasons. You may think it was a nice realistic concept to try in a show such as it is. I don't know. But ultimately, it's your opinion. But I will tell you that I will be making a Season 3 next week, so that should be fun. But this is where I leave you guys. I hope you enjoy, and...